So fucking, so here we are, fucking, okay, look at this shit right here. Look at this fucking camera. Trippy, huh?
I want the, there was a thing on, what's it called, some TV station today. They were talking about that in the iPhone. They were just giving some stuff, period.
Yeah, it took them fucking 5 years.
The thing that I said that I like with the first song, that was the biggest selling point for the geek. They gave it a review for like, I'm sure it was like Channel 4. He said the screen size is impressive.
For what?
That.
Mm-hmm.
It was all about that screen.
It's huge.
Yeah, he said the screen size, number one, is the screen size. The size.
That alone is like, it's huge.
And that's the one thing I saw, remember? I said, wait a minute. So
it's almost too big. Like, it's like, I feel like everyone's looking at what I'm doing, because everyone can see, like, this big old thing, like.
Yeah, I'm ready to drop my phone. Yeah, bitch. Look at damage. Just some money. Look, I was looking at my policy and fucking work my way back into it.
No, you should just go to T-Mobile.
I still have this damn contract. I know I could return it within.
Just keep it. Oh, you got to bring your contract up. Return it and buy. Return it and buy.
Oh wait, so this Apple, the phone I get it. The phone I got.
Dig in it. She's naked.
Oh, I love this. It's not refundable or exchangeable because it's fucking closeout.
Closeout? What's a closeout?
3DS is closeout now. Yeah.
Oh! All of a sudden, now it's non-return. Now they don't want their own shit. They don't want their own. They don't want their own shit.
Apple says I have to go take it back to the place I bought it from. I take it back to the place I bought it from. They go, oh, it's closed out. So what happens when it fucks up?
I love how they don't want their own equipment.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you don't want your own shit.
I feel like you. I feel like you.
All of a sudden, they don't want their own stuff. It's like,
so,
oh wow.
Like, okay, no, wait a minute. So there's insurance on the time to work around. I bought your phone, and then I thought it was my mind's made up.
Did I show you my active desktop? Yeah, that shit's hot, huh?
That's it, bitch.
And you know what else it does,
I want the one that's black. That was the screensaver that's like really slow motion.
That's what I have. Look at it. That's what I have. The smoke. The smoke.
And
the Nexus one?
Three beams of light. It's like blue, red, yellow.
It's called Nexus.
Like the strokes of light.
I really love the radio going on though. That's my favorite. That's the best part about it all. Is
I'm
the radio.
so over this whole fucking way everything's connected. I just fucking you versus coming on Thursday, bitch.
Me what?
Putting a cable box in here and out there.
Oh, because you need more TV?
And I have a cable connection.
She needs more TV.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah, because I can fall asleep in bed now. So.
Oh, she's moved in here. Wait till it's summer when it's hot.
Yeah.
So, I'm outside with the puppy, giving the puppy some time outside, and then all of a sudden, mind you, there was someone screaming like 20 minutes earlier, like hollering in the street, like, give me it back, give me it back, give me it back, or something like that, but I couldn't tell if they were joking. I thought it was the kids playing, but it was like down the street a little bit, but I kept hearing over and over, I wanted to yell, shut the fuck up, but I didn't, and then I got the puppy out, and I was outside, and all of a sudden I go to the edge of the stairs, sort of, and there's these two people are like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, huh? And I was like, what? And I was like, fucking, and I look again, and I'm like looking right at them, and it's two cops. And I'm like, I go, who, me? I'm like, who, me? I go, I'm about to run back in the house. Like, I'm about to turn around and run. And I'm like, hold on, I didn't hear you. Hold on. Like, I was like, wait, we're gonna rewind and pretend like I just didn't hear anything. Like, I'm just gonna keep going like, la 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 la, I didn't hear you, sorry. Yeah. And I'm like, what do you mean? What'd I do? And they're like, what are you doing? Come down here, fucking right now. Get your hands out of your pockets, or something like that. And I was like, oh my god. And I go, I don't have anything. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And they're like, come down here and we'll tell you. And I'm like, oh. well, this sounds shady. I'm like, what? And I'm like, and then I'm like, why am I in trouble? Why am I getting...
came out. What, yeah.
And so next thing, so they make me come outside the gate, and I'm like, oh, great. And then they put my hands behind my head, and then they handcuff me. And I'm like, why am I getting arrested? They're like, you're not. Just fucking shut up, just stand there, just wait. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so... I'm like, you guys, this is embarrassing. What the fuck? I just moved here. You can't do this.
Like,
you can't do this to me.
I'd be like, wait a minute. So you gotta fill me in here if I'm helping you, like, fucking, like, what are we doing here?
Like, what do you want? I was like, I know they're not. I was like, how did you find me? I was like, what the fuck?
So they can't arrest, they can't do that, they can't put you under, I mean...
Then they're like, do you have a gun? And I was like, what? They're like, the neighbors called and said fucking some guy has a gun, fucking, or you have a gun or something like that. I go, I don't think so. I go, fucking, I don't know what you're talking about, fucking. And then finally they go, some guy was like yelling or fucking, and waving around a gun or something like that, or down on Lucretia or something like that. And I'm like, okay, people, I was just walking the dog outside. I was a little puppy up there running around that I'm gonna lose now. Like, I don't know where it's at. And
I'm just like, fucking pull me down here and now.
And guess what it was? I guess if somebody called the neighbors on the owner of a building because he was running around screaming, waving a gun at people. Bitch. And I go, wait a minute. I go, are you talking about the? I know who you guys are talking about, but so let me go and I'll tell you. And so they go, hey, unlock this door. How do you get in? And I go, just stick your finger in it. And they're like, what? And I'm like, just take your finger and wiggle it in there. And they're like, okay. And they do it and they get the gate open. And I go, God, I hope my front door closed because I don't want them looking at my apartment. And there's weed plants sitting out in front of the house too, like fucking all growing and shit. And I'm like 8 of them. And I'm like, oh God. But they're like, the sergeant gets there, and he's like, really nice. He's like, oh, so hey, talk to me. He's like, so yeah, he's like, tell me this or that, and I'm like, she's got all my clothes. And
fuck her.
And I'm like,
see if they fit first of all.
It fits.
That asshole. That asshole, they fit that quick.
Yeah, I'm skinny.
God, I'm gonna fucking. I doubt those fucking checkered ones will fit. I'm gonna take them back now. I hate her.
No, I'm skinny.
She's a liar.
32. 31.
Yeah. No, they don't fit. They're 32. Those are my old...
I'm like at 31.
Bitch, those are from...
Oh, they'll make me put on 29.
Those are from the Gap before the Gap exploded, okay? That's all I'm gonna say.
They're probably made better than...
Yeah, those are like real Gap. And they don't fit.
When he said, oh yeah, it's okay, the guys that are up there, they don't know you, and they don't know him, but he's like, but I know him, no. He goes, I know about him, yeah, he's crazy, and da-da-da-da. And he's like, and I'm like, yeah, he's harmless. He's like, yeah, he's sort of harmless, yeah, but you know, he is crazy, and he does get, violent sometimes. And I mean, he's like, he knows this fool already. He already knows the owner, and he already knows his whole issue, and he knows all about it. Like those cops, they know their little neighborhoods, dude. They know their neighborhoods, and they know who lives everywhere. They know everyone that lives there. I mean, like they really do. They get to know everyone. Like if you live in a place called...
The cop was saying that?
Yes, he said, oh, but he gets violent a little bit sometimes. I'm like, oh, really? I'm like, oh, well, that's good to know.
So they were just...
So then they went and they were scoping. They were scaling the whole property.
So they know of him.
Oh, he knows him. And then he told me he gets violent. He clarified that. He goes, well, no, he is harmless most of the time, but sometimes he does get, but he can't get violent. So, we just have to assess the situation accordingly. And I'm like, oh my God, he gets violent? I'm like, okay, so let's talk about things I don't know. Well, that kind of scares me.
Yeah, I know.
Because I was always worried about that. I was always worried if he was gonna fly off the handle and smack me or fucking do something crazy. You mean I've had all kinds of weird shit happen to me. It's like I don't need that shit happening. Cause I'll fuck that bitch up. I'll throw that bitch down those stairs. Then she'll have to write off her property, just sign her property over to me. Yeah. I'll fucking break her ass and fucking make her give it up.
Oh, my pillowcase is just so dirty.
Butter?
Just all fucking that's what Belly does a bitch. I mean, they just fucking pulse out. Like they don't care. What's it gonna do with these? I don't know. I've had these forever. I should get rid of these now.
Nobody wears corduroy.
I know.
They're too big anyways.
Yeah, I'm already.
They're like huge. They're like gigantic. Like those two are huge. Those are for like, I don't know, sumo.
Forever.
Like for a big girl or something.
And they're small. That's how long I've had them. They're small. That's how long that's how much they stretched out. Oh my god. These are gone. Okay. Yeah, these were gone too. These are okay. Yeah. You know, I'll take these to Palm Springs.
What do you do in Palm Springs in that fucking heat?
I was staying at the Colony. Yes, the movie Colony hotel or whatever. It's before you get into town, but more it's east of town. It's before you get to the warm sands area. Oh, we're all just going out there. Oh, and friends I stay with in San Francisco, they're going to be out there at another friend's house. A couple that they know that lives in San Francisco have a condo out there and back up on what's this called? That nice hotel, the Parker, and they're gonna host a 4th of July party. The whole condominium, the whole building, the whole complex, is gay. I guess most of it is. And
Imagine that.
Party. And they're having a bartender there, and the pool, and yada yada yada.
That sounds really gay.
Yeah, it's really cute to be like that.
Really gay-like.
Food, maybe smile, have a good time.
Be gay.
Mm-hmm.
Gayed in and gayed out.
It's really nice.
It's very gay.
Tonight, let's go out and have a good time. Too bad we didn't get fucked up this option though.
Why not?
Because when I was in San Francisco,
Sissy's getting down with it.
Okay. I didn't take anything with me, which is a good thing. I didn't push it as hard as I could have because we're all sitting outside. So no, they're not going to. So we all tried, but I was going to try to sneak it up, but it's okay. But this time I have it. Okay, no, just lingering things out. Gotta get it away. So yeah, we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna be out there tomorrow, hanging out at.
Oh, get away from here.
My friend David, or this Rob's